Hello, my name is Adam. Thank you for clicking on this video. And today I want to go through how to continue to get good at Injustice, past a certain time point where it's hard to get good. And by good, I mean continuing to level up and collect new awards. Most notably, I want to show you how to beat 5 online games in a row to help you gain major rewards. Rewards you can see on the screen here. Injustice is a mobile game that is available on iOS or Android and can be played on console, but it is very much different from the mobile version, and I just wouldn't consider it the same game we'll be discussing today. Injustice is a game where, if you're not familiar with it, you play as the iconic characters from the DC universe, where they all battle multiverse versions of themselves. Now, before we start, we need to define some terms in order to make sure that we do this properly. So, as I said, you have your character card, which at the top, it will tell you the character's name. But then if you notice, above that, in smaller texts, it will tell you the variant of that character. This basically means, like, what franchise they're from, or what group they're from. For example, like, you could have, like, Superman from the movie Batman vs. Superman. Henry Cavill's Superman. Or you could have Superman, which is still Henry Cavill's Superman, but it's Man of Steel. Those are two different variants, even though they're the same character, if that makes any sense. You have 3 special attacks and 1 passive. Passives are basically these, like, little combo moves you can make after being able to beat people up for a while. And special attacks are your big special moves, where they're kind of ranked from, like, 1 being the weakest, 2 being the second best, and 3 being your best one. You can also use gear cards to advance these characters and make these even stronger. Injustice is some skill, but mostly strategy, and there are a lot of in-game currencies, characters, variants, and gears that some do not even know what to do with. I feel that most people download Injustice, grind it for the first few months, learn that power credits buy you characters, and that bronze characters are the worst, middle are the silver, and then gold are the best. Yet, around the time that all purchasable characters using power credits are bought in Game Store, the game gets incredibly hard and complex. It introduces stuff like Nice Medal, energies, Joker tickets, survival mode, online mode, and crystals. Characters can no longer be purchased through the store, without spending real dollars, of course. And now characters can only be purchased through stuff like challenge mode and the Phantom Zone. There's just a lot going on. Gears matter so much more now, and it's no longer bronze characters weak, silver characters decent, and gold characters strong. You're now introduced to Nice Medal characters and variants and so much more. So, to sum it up, my goal with this tutorial is just to simplify this overwhelming time playing Injustice, and make what seems impossible to be possible. So here's how you can continue to get good at the game, post that hard turn in difficulty. Oh, and before we get started, note this tutorial is not for beginners. If you have just downloaded the game, I highly recommend just following the basic tutorial the game provides for you. How do you know if you're a beginner or not? I'll tell you by showing you the materials you needed in order to participate in this tutorial. Starting off, all of the characters who are available to be purchased through power credits in the shop must all be unlocked. Another thing you'll need is a real legit WB ID account that allows online mode. There are a lot of fake accounts people have. You need to use a legit one in order for this to work. Second, you need a mobile or Android device, obviously. Injustice iOS or Android obviously have to be downloaded from the App Store. But you also need a minimum of, I'd say, at least 10 gears with some copies of the same gear. You also need at least 3 characters who are ranked VII or higher with level 50 or higher. Rankings are basically just, you have your level and your ranking, which shows you how strong the character is. You also need survivor mode to be unlocked, and also for this tutorial, challenge mode does need to be unlocked alongside all levels complete up to at least a minimum of the Batman Arkham Origins boss fight. If you haven't beat that one, that's okay, but if you're at least you're about to start that one, that's fine. Now that has been addressed, let's get started. Starting off with the new modes you unlock as you reach this point in the game. First off is challenge mode. Every week, usually around Thursday, a new character opens up in challenge mode. We need to complete all battles, usually requiring some limit, like, for example, only use Catwoman as you're playing through these battles. Or, like, only have silver characters or bronze characters. Usually there's specific circumstances or requirements that you'll need in order to even participate in challenge mode for the first. It usually lasts about a week, but if you beat it in that 7-day time period, they're free and give you lots of energy and credits. Even if you already have the character that is in the weekly challenge and you have the character in challenge mode for the week, I still highly recommend you beat it and get that card. Why? Because when you have an extra, you can now sell them. For example, let's say you have a really, really rare card like Injustice 2 Superman. You can actually now go back and play again to go get that character and then sell him for like double the price he's worth. It is really, really useful, and I highly, highly recommend it. And I do already have this Green Lantern, Red Sun Green Lantern, but like I said, I need more power credits, so we're going to go play challenge mode, unlock him, and then sell him. So let's go get Green Lantern. Alright, so here we have him, and now we're going to sell him to make a profit. You can see the area to sell right here, and you can see how much I can sell him for. So he's worth about 60,000 power credits, so we're going to sell him, and that is very important because just like that, we have now gained 60,000 power credits compared to the normal amount you get for just fighting one round, which is like about 600. Breakthroughs are in the top right beside the Phantom Zone. These are basically boss fights that will require you to level up at past rank VII and level 50, as now you can actually go up to rank X and level 60 if you break through the boss battle. Honestly, this is one of those things that I only recommend much more highly advanced players, and if you're at the beginning or past that hard point I talked about earlier, that definitely I just wouldn't recommend trying to break through. It's a major waste of energy, and it is just incredibly difficult, and only every week do they have like a new character you can be able to break through. Now, on to Survivor mode. This is a mode where you can actually get Nice Metal outside of playing the Phantom Zone. And you can get power credits, energies, gears, shards, anything, including Joker tickets, which are tickets that give you some, usually small prize at Joker's Funhouse after you beat Survivor mode. Survivor mode involves you spinning a wheel per round, which gives you a prize of any in-game currency, Nice Metal, power credits, etc. You keep your rewards if you win a match with the same team as the previous round. The catch, you lose your health per round every fight, and you cannot heal when you move on to the next round. Now that we beat Survivor mode, we can get our rewards, and as you can see, we're already cashing up and getting more and more power credits, which like I said are very, very important to make that big goal of, upgrading characters that cost like 200,000 power credits or up to 500,000 power credits. And also, getting all this stuff is very, very good for helping us win in online mode. And I've showed you numerous different ways now where you can level up your characters and gain power credits. So now, let's go into online mode and win 5 games straight in a row. Because if we do that, the rewards are major, and it will just be so much easier for you to do it. Now, before we get started, let's prepare our team, because the second we lose our streak, and we must restart, and we get no rewards. Online is ideal, as you get power credits, Nice Metal, through Phantom Zone challenges, which work best, and only on online mode, alongside rare characters and battle rewards, they will give you major good rewards like that stuff for doing well in online mode. Now, in order to create our team, we want to use characters who are in the same variants, meaning that they're from the same franchise. Example, who I like to use all the versions of, Suicide Squad from the film Suicide Squad. So let's get Suicide Squad Joker, Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and Suicide Squad Deadshot. Because they're all from the same 2016 movie, they work very well together and often help each other out. This will not work if you have like Harley Quinn from the animated series and Joker from Suicide Squad. Why? Because, well, they're just not from the same franchise. They may be the same character, but if they're not the same variant, they won't help each other as well as if they were the same variant, where they will easily work together. They can actually start healing each other and do many things that will make it just incredibly easy to win through online mode and keep up that streak we want to gain. Now, we want to also add some gear cards. You always want to use your highest gear cards. In terms of specials, when you're in-game, you really only want to use your special 1 and 2. Even though 3 is the best, your special 2 and 1 on their own, instead of using your special 3, actually do an equally amount of damage, because you only get to use your special 1 twice. If you don't use your special 3, doing not only an equal amount of damage through your special 2, but actually more, because your special 2, like I said, does an equal amount of damage, but then you actually get to use your special 1 on top of that, which will actually do more damage than what you did if you wasted them all on your special 3. So now let's go beat 5 battles. And there we go, 5 battles complete. As you can see now, all these damage points and these swords that you'll get, these will actually lead to major rewards at the end of the season, which will just make things so much more easier. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions regarding how to get good at Injustice, and have a great day. All the best.